Hello everyone, I am Dr. Sudha Rani, professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. In this session, we are going to discuss experiment number 6D, which is to create user-defined exception. And this is part of object-oriented programming through Java lab series. And we are doing this experiment in Code Tantra platform. So, what is an exception? In Java, exceptions are events that disrupt the normal flow of a program. We already know about built in exceptions like arithmetic exception, null pointer exception, and so on. We have seen these experiments in the previous sessions. But sometimes our application requires its own kind of error handling. For that purpose, Java allows us to create user defined exceptions. This is done by creating a class that extends the exception class, and next using the throw keyword to explicitly throw the exception, and finally handling it with the try and catch block. So what did we do in the program? So first we defined a class called invalidWait, which extends the exception class, and it is having a constructor, so public invalidWait, which is taking string message as an argument and calling the super class, which is the exception, and passing this message to the exception class. Why we are doing this instead of directly printing the message? When we create an object of invalidWait, we want to attach a custom error message. That message should later be retrievable using the method getMessage, which is available in the parent exception class. So what will happen if we write the message directly in the constructor is that the message will be directly printed without saving. That breaks the proper flow of exception handling. So when we use super message means we are following Java standard exception mechanism, storing the message and letting the caller decide how and when to display it. So say for example, when I say 120 is invalidWait, so this is the message that is passed into the constructor, and the constructor calls super message, which stores it inside the parent exception object. Later in the main method, when we call the catch block, then it will be using getMessage method to take the message from the exception object. So it is stored in the exception object. So if we are not storing in the exception object, catch will not be able to get that message using the getMessage. So that's the reason why we are calling the super message. Next we have the checkWait class, which contains a method called validWait. So the validWait throws invalidWait exception, so that's why we have used throws keyword there. If weight is greater than 100, so that will create an invalidWait object and then pass the message that weight is invalidWait. So whatever weight we have passed, say 120 is invalidWait is the message. Else, like, there will be a system.out.println saying weight is the valid weight. So in the main method, we create an object of checkWait and use a scanner to take the weight as input. This method is called inside a try block. If the entered weight is greater than 100, the exception is thrown and caught in the catch block. Finally, the exception message is displayed on the console. So what did we learn today? So to create user-defined exception in Java, how to use throw to raise an exception, how to use throws to declare exceptions in the method signature, and finally how to handle it with the try and catch block. I hope this video is helpful to you. Thank you for watching.